Hi, welcome to Mental Health Monday Check-ins with Jamie Lynn. I am Jamie Lynn. So this week my topic is mental health and disability. I chose this topic intentionally. I'm picking all the hard ones. They're all hard. I think I said that before because we're talking about mental health. When I went and looking and doing some research, because I research all of my topics, I sit and try to spend some time each week. And I do a little planning ahead, and I do what I can to make sure that I provide some graphics throughout the week that go along with the topic to keep people talking about my topic. And this week, talking about disabilities, and it's really people with a disability, so physical disability, and their mental health. It was really hard to find a lot of information, and that just highlights the reason that we need to get talking about this more, because it's not just able-bodied people who have mental health issues. It's folks that have disabilities as well. And I've been doing my best to try to find better terminology, because that's really also one of my goals, is to get better and to do better. And claiming ignorance is not something that I'm okay with for myself. And so I'm going to do my best to use inclusive terms each week. And so this week, in talking about disability, we'll talk about able-bodied people and then folks with a disability. And that means someone with a physical disability. But I will say, so I've got my tablet open here to help me out, because there's just not a lot of information, but it's important and I want to talk about it, and I want to get you all talking about it. So according to the CDC, don't we all love the CDC these days, but they are an expert in the health field for America. Adults with disabilities report frequent mental distress almost 5 times as often as adults without disabilities. So think about that. Someone with a physical disability is 5 times more likely to be in mental health distress. And that could be a whole plethora of things. But they're 5 times more likely than those of us who are able-bodied. Now, I talked about access to care in other videos. And so imagine how, you know what, just recently we talked about diversity and how access to care is kind of a barrier for people of minorities to access quality mental health care. Now think about how hard that is for someone with a disability, who have hard time accessing normal everyday life things that they need to do, that accessing quality mental health. I'm worked up. Quality mental health care is just as hard. So having access to that can be even harder for those folks. I'm going to look through the CDC website while I'm talking with you. It's going to be a quick video because I just don't have the information, but I think it's so important that we talk about it. The CDC says that one way to improve mental health people for disabilities is to focusing on quality of life for people with disabilities. They talk about the Special Olympics, how having those activities for folks with disabilities is a way to improve their quality of life. I would agree with that. Not that my opinion matters, because I'm an able-bodied person, so excuse me. But the CDC also has quite a few links and references, and I hate to have a video that says, hey, go look something up. But I just have to do that this week because I just cannot find the information out there, and I'm not going to, sit here and read from a website when you can go look for it yourself. I encourage you to go look for it. Talk to somebody in your life with a disability. Check in with them first, see how they're doing, and then ask them about mental health. Ask them how they're doing. What does their stress look like? Don't try to become a therapist or a counselor and do psychotherapy and talk about their anxiety and their depression, but do a check-in with them. So when I have my check-ins, which I do periodically, I don't think I've done one in a while. I'll have to look at my list. Talk to someone who has a disability and check in with them as well, because I'm telling you, they are 5 times more likely to be in mental anguish than an able-bodied person. So that is your takeaway today. Talk about it. Please get out there and talk about it, and have a decent Monday.